here on Sky News 601, Ross Cameron made a statement, almost a monologue. This is one of the most outstanding expositions of the problem that we as a nation face, a problem for which the architect is Malcolm Turnbull. Just listen to Ross Cameron here.
I'm going to tell you, I want to be nice to Malcolm Turnbull. I want him to defeat Bill Shorten, but I really don't think he deserves to win on the basis of his performance on energy alone. And if I quote directly from the article you referred to, Malcolm Turnbull says, "I want to make sure that as far as we can manage it, no Australian is paying more than they need to for electricity." Well, because my mother is probably watching, I'm not going to use the language that I feel inclined to use, which would be accurate to use about that statement. And the reason I say that is because the mechanism which is so complex that I reckon if you went to 10 members of parliament that said, explain the mechanism by which we are to move from a carbon-based renewable economy, I reckon 7 out of 10 would look at you blankly. The mechanism requires electricity retailers every year to buy renewable energy certificates in increasing numbers. So the number that they have to buy, they cost about $85 each. The numbers have gone over the last 3 years from sort of 18 million to 19.5. Last year, 20.5. This year, 26 million
units at $85.
At $85 each. So that means the increase, we've had a 20% increase. This is entirely within Malcolm Turnbull's discretion. This is entirely related to the Paris commitments. What it means is energy retailers are paying this year $390 million extra in a renewable energy tax, which now accumulated, that's the extra, the total is $2,200 million that Australian energy retailers will have to pay to buy renewable energy certificates this year. That's the direct cost. That doesn't affect all the other flow-on costs. Now, that goes straight to the electricity bill. It should have Malcolm Turnbull's name written on it because he's responsible for it. If I were a member of his backbench, I would cross the floor and vote against him on this bill. And I say that to the backbench not as an academic consideration, but Malcolm Turnbull is leading you like so many lemmings off a cliff. And you're all standing on the electoral abyss looking over saying, which rock am I going to crash my head into when I leap off this stupid policy? So vote against it, cross the floor if necessary, and Malcolm Turnbull is lying to the Australian people if he says he wants to protect us from increases in electricity prices when he is the principal agent ratcheting them up.